Ahlan wa sahlan. We are going to be doing a video today on reading. So if you've got your book, go ahead and open up to page 144. And this is the end of Unit 6. Okay, so we're looking at drill 28. So what I would like for you to do is actually pause this video, practice reading drill 28 on your own. Once you've practiced reading it, then come back and go through it with me. Okay, so I want to go through reading the words and then understanding what they mean, because all of these are either phrases or sentences, right? So we want to look and see what they mean. So we're going to zoom in right here. And let's go ahead and start with number 1. I'll make this yellow. Will that be bright enough? No, maybe blue will be bright enough. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, so these words right here, almost all of them are vocab words, so you should be able to recognize them. Maybe 1 or 2 are not, but the rest of them you should be able to recognize. Okay, so I put all the harakat here. So if you need to read from here and pause it, that's fine, because your book didn't include the harakat. Okay, number 1. You have Alif Hamza has a dhamma, and we're stopping on a scene. Us, ta alif, ta, usta, the. I put the fatha here as a reminder, but you should know that anytime you have a letter that has a ta marbuta, a word that has ta marbuta, that the letter before the ta marbuta will always be pronounced with fatha. Okay? Ustada. Ana ustada. ما معنى ustada? Ustada يعني teacher. Okay. Ta has fatha, and then you have the letter ya. And the shadda has a kasra. So that means the ta, you're stopping on the letter ya, because shadda means you first stop and then you pronounce it a second time. So what do we have when we have fatha and a ya with the sukun? What sound do we get? A. Remember when we said fatha and ya way back when? We said it makes the A sound. Okay? Tay. Then we pronounce the ya here with the kasra, yi. Tayyi. And what happens to the letter ba? It's the next letter is ta marbuta, so it has to be pronounced with a fatha. طيبة. So now we have أستاذة طيبة. أستاذة طيبة. This is a phrase because you have a noun and it's followed by an adjective. So what kind of teacher are we talking about? What was the word طيب? That was a vocab word. طيب meant what? Good. So a good teacher. Good when it's طيب, when it's referring to people, is like a really good-hearted person. Okay, أستاذة طيبة. Notice you have here feminine because it's a female teacher. The adjective is also feminine. So remember, noun adjectives, they always have to match. Okay, now let's look at the next one. Bab. The first word you should know because that was the first vocab word we did. Bab. ما معنى باب? هذا باب. Good. Door. You have Alif Hamza with a fatha. We're going to pronounce a. Stop on the kha because there's a sukun. Akh. Dad fatha. Da. And stop on the ra because it doesn't have any. Akhdar. Akhdar. So let me draw out what it actually is. So you should know what kind of door is it. Bab means door. Akhdar is what? Green. So what kind of door? Green door. Bab akhdar. Green door. So this right here, both of these are examples of what we called noun adjective phrases. When you have a noun followed by an adjective, it's a phrase, right? So bab akhdar, green door. Okay, how about the next one? Sin fatha ya shadda. So that means it's this sound again, the A sound with the sin. Say. And the second time you pronounce the ya, you're pronouncing it here with an alif. Say ya. Fatha on the ra because it's followed by ta marbuta. Sayyara. ما هي السيارة؟ هذه السيارة. سيارة car. Wow alif. Wa. Sin kasra. Si. Wa si. What letter is this? That's that new letter that we did. Ayn. Ayn we're going to pronounce with the fatha. because it has ta marbuta after. And remember the ayn, we said it's funky because it doesn't look like itself. It has a triangle shape in the medial position. واسعة. 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 واسعة means wide. It can also mean spacious. So a wide or a spacious car. سيارة واسعة. And notice same thing here. Both are feminine. Because سيارة is feminine, its adjective is also feminine. Okay. Okay, let's look at the next one. And I just realized the numbers are going across, but whatever. I'm going down the columns. دال فتحة da, ra سكون. در ra ra ra, stop on the ra and then stop on the sin. درس. درس. ما معنى درس? درس is a lesson. درس. What letter is this? That's that heavy sin. That heavy sad, the heavy S sound. Sa. So not sa, but sa. Sa. And then what letter is that again? Same exact letter we saw here. Ayn. So stopping on it, you're going to roll in your throat. Sa. Sab. And stop on the ba. Sab. Sab. If you're having a difficult time with the ayn, put your hand on your throat where the Adam's apple would be, right in the middle of your throat. Sa. And try to feel that rolling sound in your throat. Sab. Sob. And then once you get that sound down, you don't have to over exaggerate that sound, right? Sob. You're just going to know that, okay, there's a roll in the throat. Okay, dars, sob. So what kind of lesson is this? Hard or difficult. So a difficult lesson, a hard lesson. Notice all of these that we've done, the first four are all non-adjective phrases. The first word is a noun, and then the following word is an adjective. Okay, let's look at this next one. Okay, صاد. We have the letter صاد followed by alif. صا. Ha has kasra. صا. H. صاح. This was supposed to be a fatha on the ba. صاحبة. Ta followed by ya. T. صاحبتي. صاحبتي. So when you have a ya here at the end of this word, it's referring to mine. Okay, so when you look at that, if you look at the word and you're like, I don't know what it is, then assume that, okay, the ya is probably an addition. So if it didn't have a ya, this is what it would look like. That's a ta marbuta, but we had to open it so that we could connect the ya. Sahiba. And sahiba means friend. Okay, sahiba, friend. Sahib is the masculine, sahiba is the feminine. So a woman, right, a female friend. And in dialect, sahiba can be used for like a girlfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend, because sahib comes from the word suhba, which means to be in companionship with, okay? To be close to someone. And usually nowadays, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, you're spending a lot of time with them. So it can just be a close friend that you spend a lot of time with, or now in dialect, that's how it's used. But friend, so sahibati would be my friend. Ghain, alif, so this is the letter ghain. Gha, dal, pronounced with fatha because it's followed by ta marbuta. Ghada, sahibati, ghada. Ghada, you don't know what that word is, right? We haven't done that. It's a name. Okay, so what are you saying? My friend, ghada. My friend, ghada. Okay, let's go up to the next column. Jim, alif, ja, stop on the ra. Jar. Jar. Old word, we've done this. Neighbor. Jar, this is one of our new words. Ghain has a fatha. Gha. Ra is followed by ya. Ri. Gharib. Remember way back when we said everything has a consonant plus a vowel, or a consonant, vowel, and another consonant. That's one syllable, so think of it that way. Jar. Gharib. Jar gharib. So jar is neighbor. What kind of neighbor? Good. Gharib means strange or stranger. So strange neighbor. Weird neighbor. That's why there's an exclamation point. Okay, now let's do the next one. Dal fatha, da. Jim, alif, ja. Dajaj. Stop on the jim. Dajaj. What is dajaj? Good, chicken. Now we have this word right here, which is actually the same word as up here. The only difference is it doesn't have the ta marbuta. So we had ta with a fatha and we stopped on the ya. We get tay. And then when we pronounce the ya the second time with the kasra, طي. طيب. دجاج طيب. Notice, when we use طيبة here with ustadha, meant a good teacher, a good-hearted teacher, right? You're referring to her as, the characteristic of her as a teacher. When you use it with food, it's good, but it's talking about, like, tasty. Like, this is really great chicken. دجاج طيب, tasty chicken. Okay, good chicken, delicious chicken. Okay, ستة, number 6. Ta فتحة, ta. Sheen سكون, tash. Stopping on it, tash. Ra فتحة, ra. Tashrab. Sheen alif, sha. And then stop on the ya. Shai. Tashrab shai. And it's a question, so say it with an inflection. Tashrab shai. Tashrab. Tashrab. Here's a new word. Tashrab. Drink. Tashrab shai can mean she drinks tea, or it can also mean you drink. Okay, we haven't done this form yet, but when you're talking to a person, it'll start here with a ta, and we'll cover that a little bit later. Okay, tashrab shai, meaning you drink tea. It's like asking, do you want tea? Do you want to drink tea? Tashrab shai, you're drinking tea? Right? So someone comes over to your house and you want to offer them tea. Tashrab shai. And if it's the feminine, you're going to add this ya here. Tashrabi shai. Okay. رقم 8. Alif Hamza. Alif Hamza has a fatha here. A. Stopping on the kha because it has sukun. Akh. Akh. Ba has the alif after it. Ba. R. Stop on the ra. Akhbar. Akhbar. Akhbar is news. Ha, fatha, ha. Then you have ba followed by ya. B. And another ba followed by ya. B. Ha, B, B. Habibi. Akhbar, habibi. So news, what's habibi? My love, my darling. So what happens? In all of these phrases that we saw, these were noun adjective phrases where you had a noun and it was followed by an adjective. Here you have a noun and it's followed by another noun. So it's not an adjective. It's not describing like old news, new news, What is it saying? If you have two nouns next to each other, then that is going to be a possessive phrase. News of my darling, meaning my darling's news. Okay. This right here was the example of the possessive phrase. So my darling's news. If you want to use it with the apostrophe S, you're going to translate this first, my darling's news. If you want to do it as an of statement, you can say the news of my darling. Because the noun is always first and the person whose it is, or the thing whose it is, the possessor is always the second word. Okay, last one. Sheen fatha, sha. Jim fatha, ja. Ra will also have fatha because it's followed by ta marbuta. Shajara. ما هي الشجرة? شجرة. Good, tree. Sad fatha here, sa. Then we have this right here as the letter ghain, followed by a ya, ghi. Saghi, and then ra has fatha, ra. Saghira. What is saghira? Saghira. Small tree. Noun adjective phrase again. Notice both of them are matching. Okay. So now what I would like for you to do is you're going to take all these different nouns and adjectives you have, right? And these even verbs that you have, and try to create short phrases and sentences with them. Okay. I mentioned this before, but really do this to practice your vocab, practice saying them and writing them so your brain can remember them in as many ways as you can. Okay.